My favorite core exercises are anti-core exercises. This is not one of them. Now when I say anti-core exercises, what most people think I mean is core work. What I'm actually referring to when I say anti-core exercises are exercises that emphasize core stability. Remember, anti-rotation means the goal is to resist rotation of the torso, which you can think of as your ability to resist unwanted movement about the core. The thought process is learning to control unwanted movements up front will allow you to better control movements that you do want to happen about the core when you get later on in your fat loss journey, doing more explosive core exercises like this. So stick around to the end of this video and you'll have 3 different anti-core exercises you can immediately add to your arsenal. With that said, let's dive in, fam. So this first exercise is an anti-extension exercise called a hand walkout, or it can be done as a rollout with the right equipment. The cool thing about these anti-core exercises is they tell you exactly what movement you are trying to prevent from happening. For example, since this is an anti-extension exercise, the goal of this exercise is to prevent extension of the low back from happening. Pretty straightforward, right? And the way we prevent that extension from happening is by squeezing the glutes, tucking the hips, keeping the rib cage pulled down, and maintaining a straight line from our shoulder all the way down to our knee. Now from here you walk your hands or roll out as far as you possibly can without losing this neutral spine position. Just keep in mind the further you walk your hands out, the harder it's going to be to resist that extension in the low back. Just try to avoid the common mistake of hinging at the hips on your way back up, which takes tension off the core. If getting beamed by a stability ball reminds you of growing up with siblings too, let me know in the comments below. Now, exercise number 2 is an anti-lateral flexion exercise known as the suitcase carry. Now, this exercise is hands down one of my favorite core exercises because of its direct carryover to daily tasks, whether you're carrying a 5-gallon bucket while doing yard work or trying to unlock the door while packing your groceries in one trip. Oh, come on! Just by loading one side of your body, the core musculature on the opposite side, that of the weight, has to work super hard to keep the weight from dragging you over. With that said, pay close attention to the shoulders and try to keep them parallel to the floor and avoid cheating the exercise, which a lot of people try to do by leaning away from the weight. Oh, and one last tip. If you don't have the space to walk with your weight, marching in place is a great alternative. If you're liking these anti-core exercises so far, smash that subscribe button and stick around for our 3rd and final exercise, which is an anti-rotation exercise known as the plank pull-through. Now, hands down, the most common mistake I see with this movement is people's butts rocking up, down, side to side like they're trying to get TikTok famous. #thick! So to get set up, you want your feet wide, like shoulder width apart or wider. And you want your shoulders stacked over your wrist instead of behind the wrist for when you pull the kettlebell across your body. Now the results are made in this exercise by keeping the hips parallel to the floor. The second the hips open up, we lose the anti-rotational stability that we're trying to accomplish with this exercise. But if you keep your hips square as intended, your core will get strong as f***. And just like that, fam, you have 3 different anti-core exercises that emphasize core stability in 3 different planes of motion. So if you enjoyed this video, have an interest in kettlebells and want to keep the weight off for good, like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video is released. In the meantime, check out one of these videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. See you on the next one, fam. Cheers.